Hey everyone, it's the Gadget Guru. Okay, this is going to be dealing with dumbasses in the new format. Okay, I first started playing this guy and he was playing Evil Swarms, okay? Um, and I was okay with that. And I started playing him and stuff, and everything was going okay until we got to a point where he attacked my Wind Up Rabbit. So I activated Fiery Fervor. Um, and obviously, just like a lance, you activate in the damage step. This is unrated, so I wasn't saying damage step and response like that. We were just playing, and neither of us asked that. I mean, earlier he had lanced my monster in damage step, and I'm like, that's fine. That's how Thunderbird died. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I don't really care. So I go Fiery Fervor, and he's like, okay, well I'll activate Pandemic, and I'm like, you can't. It's damage step. He's like, did you say it was damage step? I don't think you did. I'm like, you're gonna try to shark me in unrated and ranked, really? It's like unranked. I said unranked. It's unrated, whatever. So I was like, whatever, fine. I just took it. Um, so uh, I ended up beating him. He admitted defeat because I just like stomped the crap out of him. So we go into the next game, and I just started beating him down again. And okay, right here, he literally chained 4 cards to get rid of one Evil Swarm Thunderbird. Because I attacked with Thunderbird, he activated D Prison, I activated Thunderbird's effect, he chained Fiendish Chain, I chained Compulsory, he chained another D Prison, and I chained Book of Moon, and he chained Mirror Force. I was like, good God, dude. And the only thing out of my field at the time was the one Thunderbird. Like, I was like, seriously, like, that's terrible. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So I just keep playing. Like, it doesn't bother me. And we keep playing, and he gets down here, and he's like, oh, terrible hands. Like, basically, he opened with Ophion. Like, he opened, summoned Ophion. It's like he summoned Ophion set 5. And he calls it a terrible hand. I'm like, terrible deck, more like it. Like, that's not a terrible hand. Ophion set 5 is like one of the strongest plays for the deck. He's either was a really bad player, or like he just, he played it wrong. Um, and here he says, well, with a 16-2 win-loss ratio, I just watched 3 of his games, and he lost all 3 in a row. So 16-2 isn't even possible. Like, you just lost 3 in a row. Like, and so he left the duel, and so I started talking to him, and he messaged me in private chat. He's like, lol, okay, see ya. Evil Swarm suck with all the synchro running around for sure. Love the way you elitists think you know the formats before they even happen. And I'm just like, what the fuck, dude? Like, he messaged me like 7 times, and I'm just like, okay, whatever. I'm like, and you know the anti-meta decks which completely counter Evil Swarms and stuff, they're amazing. How do you shoot to beat Final Countdown, Chain Beat, Removal Stun, etc., etc. And now, why I said anti-meta here is I just made a video saying there is no anti-meta, but for the most part, Final Countdown, Self-Destruct Button, stuff like that, they're always anti-meta, no matter what, because they go against the win conditions of the game, technically, not the win conditions that, not what a deck does, but they go against, like, they actually should be not called anti-meta correctly, but they should be called, like, anti-win, like, they go against the win condition. Um, he said, that's what I call sideboards are for. I like how you call the decks anti-meta too, despite the fact that meta for September doesn't exist yet. First of all, sideboards, lol, Magic the Gathering fag, go away. like, second of all, like, yes, the meta doesn't exist yet, but Final Countdown, Self-Destruct Button, Exodia will always be anti-everything. Anti-meta, anti-win condition, anti-game, anti-life. Like, they're anti-everything. That's what those decks are. Like, they don't care. Literally nothing has happened since the September ban list competitively because the September ban list has yet to take effect. And I said, I think it's funny when tryhards like you think you can run a old deck and say it has a 16-2 win ratio, which I'm sure it doesn't. Like, I'm positive it doesn't. Like, Evil Swarms will be good this next format because of the Dragon Plants and stuff, don't get me wrong. But there's no way this has a 16-2 ratio. Like, there's no way. Like, especially if I watch 3 games and watch them lose all 3 games. Um, so maybe versus kids or noobs. This is where I was like, I am more amused that you tried to card shark me in unrated. I mean, come on, dude, how low can you go? Like, ranked I can understand, but it's unrated and you're card sharking and you still lose. Like, if you're gonna card shark, at least win the duel. I mean, like, at least card shark for game, you know? I mean, card sharking is like the lowest of the low. But if you're gonna do it, at least do it for the for a game, you know. And he card sharked for nothing and still lost. Like that just shows like it's terrible. And then he side decked this in on me. Like, can you guys see this? He side decked in Soul Takers on my deck. Are you serious? Do you see what I'm running? Wind Up Rabbit, Evil Swarm Thunderbird. Soul Taker will not hit them. It might hit that thing once. But then I have traps to chain to get it out of there if I need to. And I really don't even care. Soul Taker gives me life points. Like, look at my life points. He did 300 damage to me and then played Soul Taker. I'm like, thank you. You're giving me pluses out the ass. You got rid of one of your cards. You killed a dead monster I didn't need because I still have these bouncing in and out. And I still have this bouncing in and out. So, I mean, you're killing monsters I don't need. And you side in Soul Takers? Like, it's so stupid. Like, why would you do this? And then, like, after I post this, he's like, lol, sure, whatever helps you sleep. And I'm like, lol, sleep? What? What does me sleeping and have to do with Yu-Gi-Oh! And you card sharking and unrated? And then he just posts this. It means I grow tired of your harassment. Kindly fuck off. Harassment? All you message me. By the way, if you insult people in your messages, it isn't considered harassment on the other party's end, according to DN rules. Like, this kid doesn't even know the fucking rules. And he's like, he's trying to say I grew tired of your harassment. Basically, what he was trying to say there is don't message me anymore and we'll report you for harassment. The problem is he said fuck off. You cannot be derogative in that sentence. Like, it says that right in the rules for Dueling Network. You cannot be derogative. You must tell them kindly, please don't message me anymore. I consider it harassment. Blah blah blah, etc. etc. If you insult them in that message, it's no longer harassment. Like, you're instigating. Do you guys see this? Do you guys see this? Hold on. I didn't message you. Really? You didn't message me. What? You did what? What the fuck? What the fuck? You're so full of shit, dude. This is... Ooh. It's just crazy funny. He's so full of shit. Oh, okay, apparently he didn't message me, guys. He didn't message me. Nope. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 messages. 6 messages before I even responded to him. 6 messages, and he didn't message me. Dude. How about you fuck off? Like, seriously. Now give it taste with some medicine. Please don't message me any further. I will have to consider it harassment. Thank you. Lol, I don't message you until you message me. You could just stop talking. This dude is so fucking delusional. Like, oh my god. This is a perfect dealing with dumbasses. Like, oh my god, this is funny. Like, these people, I can't even get mad at them. It's just funny to me. Like, this guy has to be mentally retarded or something. I have no idea. Like, I have no idea how you can be this dumb. There's not unless you have a physical unless you are literally, special ed. Like, I'm not bashing on anyone who is, like, understand that. I'm not like bashing on anyone. But unless you're literally special ed, you cannot be this dumb. Like, you just can't. Like, he's accusing me of messaging him first when he sent me 6 messages before I replied, and like, he's like, he doesn't like. another thing that makes me laugh about these people is they don't even read the Dueling Network rules. They just assume, oh, as long as I tell you to stop harassing me, you can't harass me anymore, blah, 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 and I can insult you at the same time. You cannot do it. Like, oh, God, okay. Alright, I think he's done. Oh, shit, dude, whew, that was funny. So basically, like, no matter what he did, I didn't give a fuck. Like, I had game, like, period, GG. Like, there's nothing he could do. If he summons Ophion and activates effect, I just trap hole, nightmare it. If he attacks, I just deprison. If he summons a monster I don't even want to deal with, I can just solemn warning it. During his standby, I would have gotten Evil Swarm Thunderbird back. And the next turn I could have summoned Rhinos and exceeded and stuff, and like drawn Shard of Greed. Like, it's just, this deck is so good. Like, this deck is so good this format. This is actually a deck called Chain Beat. I kind of changed my Gadget deck to this deck. So I'll explain that a little bit later. But yeah, so like, this is just mainly dealing with dumbasses. Like, this dude is, this dude was a dumbass on an entirely another level. Like, card sharking and unrated. Good God, man. Just like, get a life.